This is extremely important, so listen carefully. This is a message for the entire human race. Wait till I find it. Okay. So, being that this is the 16th anniversary of 9/11, I want to read something from Wilhelm Reich's The Mass Psychology of Fascism. This is from the chapter The Biologic Miscalculation in the Human Struggle for Freedom. I'm going to skip, and it says here, we have a threefold interest in the development of a free world: personal, objective, and social. 1. The personal interest is determined by the threat to our existence as members of this mortally sick society. Those like myself who lost their home, family, and possessions, who experienced 3.5 years of murder and war at first hand, who saw many friends die and go to pieces, who witnessed mass migrations and destruction of property, etc. in World War I, understand what millions upon millions of men and women are going through on this planet today. We want an end to this ignominy. It is ignominious that a handful of Prussian crooks and perverse neurotics functioning as the Führer of one thing or another are able to exploit the social helplessness of hundreds of millions of industrious and decent men and women. The ignominy is all the more poignant in view of the fact that these same millions of men and women unwittingly and naively allowed themselves to be taken in by these political swindlers. And this was the case not only in Germany but elsewhere. This also. All we want is to be able to perform our work in peace, to love our wives, our husbands without danger, to raise our children free of the miasma of the plague. In short, we do not want to be bothered, deceived, and led around by the nose by a handful of political swindlers in this short life of ours. Our lives have been crushed by politics long enough. We want an end of it once and for all. 2. The protagonists of the fascist plague have looked through the incapacity for freedom of masses of people and have declared that it is an absolute biological fact. They have put alluring irrational race theories into the world, have divided mankind into biologically immutable superior and inferior races, and have conferred upon themselves, who are the most sick and most vicious, the biologic title of Superman. We have the answer to this fraud. The race theory is a mystical view of life. Man's natural happiness and love and security in life will be the doom of this view. 3. Our institute is faced with a momentous task. We have to prepare ourselves for two basically different possibilities. A. In the event that this Second World War will force the answer to social chaos to the surface and into social consciousness, we will be called upon to deal with great tasks. We will have to assume an enormous responsibility. We have to prepare ourselves for this possibility in advance. We must have a clear conception of our tasks. Our knowledge of human reactions and the effects of the fascist pestilence will have to be clearly organized if we do not want to fail. Our tasks can be fulfilled only within the framework of the general struggle for the establishment of genuine freedom. If we cherish the illusion that man's structure is immediately capable of freedom and self-administration, that, in other words, we need merely eliminate the plague of party fascism to make it possible for social freedom to function, to put justice before injustice, truth before falsehood, decency before meanness, then we too will be doomed together with everything else that is based on such illusions. This much is clear. The development of freedom requires that one be ruthlessly free of illusions, for only then will one succeed in rooting out irrationalism from masses of people to open the way to responsibility and freedom. To idealize masses of people and to commiserate with them will only produce fresh misfortune. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America. Never forget victims and the magnitude of 9/11. Peace and love.